again, I'll bring again. Juliet's from Amsterdam. La, 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 la. She worked hard for the money. So hard for the money. She worked hard for the money. Hello!
Yeah! Come on!
Welcome to the We're Not Racist
And We Love Gays podcast.
podcast.
My name's Lenny Sherman.
My name's Ben Adams. Welcome.
We're the hosts. Welcome. Well, everyone's welcome.
Everyone is welcome.
Come on.
Every single person
Come
in the
on.
land, the world, come on in.
All of
Come
you.
on in.
All
Special
of you.
hello to our patrons.
Hello,
hello.
Patreon.
Hello, patrons. Thanks so much for the support. And for those of you listening to free, you all right?
Hello.
You all right?
Watcher.
Hey,
Right.
Good stuff.
Thanks for the support. Keep sharing. Keep spreading the word. Thanks for everyone who shared the podcast on their social media.
Thanks so
that
much, guys. Thank
really
you.
means a lot. Really helpful. And thanks and get more people signing up for the Patreon. Lovely. Thank
Absolutely.
You. That's all
How
I'm
are you,
saying.
Lenny? You all right?
Very well, thank you. How are you? How are you, Ben? Look into the microphone. He's saying.
Right
Look
into
into
the microphone.
Speaking to the microphone. How are you, Ben? Have
Yeah,
you had
no,
any, how's your health?
I'm good. My health's all right, actually. I've been doing some cold dipping. Have you done some cold dipping?
What is cold dipping?
Cold dipping is where you wake up in the morning and you get yourself in an ice bath. And, yes, it's really good for the old mental.
I have. I'll get into that in a minute. What have you got? An ice bath?
No.
We've been doing cold dipping.
I haven't really been doing it. I've seen it. I've seen everyone else do it, and I've gone, oh yeah, that. I don't really. I don't know. I think it would be you go in there nice and cold. It would refresh you, but I don't really see the benefit if I'm honest. But you don't. You've done it.
I haven't got an ice bath.
Right.
So I've been having ice showers.
Ooh.
So I'll go in the shower, get it on freezing cold, and go and start to about 3 minutes, and then go to about 5 minutes sometimes. But then I actually fell over in the bath the other week. I got in, I slipped, and I had a fall. Getting old. I had a fall, and I landed. What am I? And I swear I've either broken or cracked ribs because about 3-4 weeks now it still hurts.
And that was with the cold shower.
Well, I was getting into other cold. It wasn't a cold shower, so I didn't actually. I could have been having any temperature shower.
Right.
The temperature was irrelevant. But and they are very good. I'll tell you why they're good, because they say they're good. They're good for the blood pressure, and I just noticed I felt better. But also, I like little mental tests sometimes. So you're thinking, oh fuck that, I don't want to do it. So you just do it.
Yeah.
So you come, I've done it. And you can carry it over into other things. So it's good in that sense.
Yeah, it's nice to do that. That's how I feel with stand up.
I'm training and I'm keeping fit and eating well, and I don't know, it makes you feel a bit tighter and stuff.
I stopped drinking for 2 days.
By the way, one last thing on the ice bath, it does raises dopamine levels apparently. So
Does
it's
it?
feel good stuff. Apparently,
okay.
Yeah. So you gave up?
No. I gave up drinking for 2 days.
Really?
Yeah, just the 2.
Nice.
And then
Well done.
carried on drinking after that.
Well, it's the start.
But the problem was, it was my birthday.
Happy birthday!
Stop
Oh
it.
wow!
Oh,
Actually, come in, everyone. We've got a visit. It's a
All right.
Friday. No, I'm joking. There's no one there.
Derek? No, he's...
Oh yeah, give it up for Derek Igloo, by the way, our producer.
Derek Igloo, ladies and gents.
Our
Derek
producer.
Igloo.
He
He's learning. He's doing it. He's doing some good stuff. It took him
little
a little
backstory
while.
if you just first listen to this.
Yeah.
Derek can't speak or hear.
No.
He was born like that, but I tell you, he's a bloody good producer.
He's the best. He's the best
Well
producer. For
renowned.
someone that can't hear, I tell you what.
He's worked. We was lucky we got him because he has worked in Hollywood with Uda Guy. Who you work with, Derek?
Oh, he's doing the Jack Sparrow walk. Johnny Depp.
Johnny
Depp.
Who else?
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Wow.
I don't know how I got that, to be honest, but he
No, no.
that's how
he's
good he
giving
is.
a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Good guess.
Wow, Catherine Zeta-Jones and Johnny Depp. Nice.
Who else? Denzel Washington.
Oh,
wow.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that, Derek. Right, all right. Derek, all right.
A little bit near the mark.
All
there.
right, let's leave Derek alone.
Anyway,
Go on.
Derek Igloo.
It was it was my birthday. I was 38 years old. 38 years young. Yeah, it was nice.
Fucking do that again, Derek. Go on, mate. Sorry. Yeah.
No, don't worry, mate. Yeah. No, you put him in his place. It was nice, and I thought I'll stop drinking. But of course, for my birthday, I got some whiskey.
Wow.
I got some beers.
Of course you did.
But what you said about trying to, give yourself that sort of thing to focus on, I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it because I've got beer in the fridge. I've got whiskey. I'm not going to drink. And yeah, it lasted 2 days basically. I find life very hard to get through.
Do you drink a lot? I didn't know you drank.
I don't drink a lot.
You make
no.
it sound like you drink every
no,
day.
I know. No, I don't. No, I don't.
Just for context.
It's just no. I don't drink all the time, but I do like a beer. I like. Do you know what? I think I'm more addicted to sort of sitting in a pub on my own and watching people and just enjoying myself.
Chilling.
Yeah, I like it.
People watching.
Yeah, I love it.
Watching the world go
because
by.
I love sitting outside Wetherspoons and the characters you get are amazing.
Yeah.
It's really fun. There's a guy who always comes up to me and I feel like I'm one of him now. He's constantly coming up to me. Came up to me going, "Oh mate, I just tried to buy some cigarettes. Now are £50." £50. I said, "Surely not. It can't be £50." He went, "Oh no, 50 grams. I tried to buy 50 grams." I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah." But
fair play.
he's a bit of a.
I went in there. I actually, because you live near Wetherspoons, and this is like we're recording this in the morning time. Anyway, and I walked in there and you see these like geezers. I'll just see geezers. There weren't no women, and could be. Not saying
there are women there. There are women.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. On this occasion,
there.
all I see was geezers sitting there with the pints, and then you hear this. Then I thought to me, a lot of people, a lot of these bloody smug comedians, especially taking the piss out of Witherspoons.
Ridiculous.
Out of order.
£1.41 for a pint.
No, I'm saying no. Yeah, it's not my point. But people take the piss out of
Yeah.
Witherspoons. Oh, get out of order, innit?
It is out of order. Yeah.
But then I thought, when you think about it, listen, they're sitting in a pub at 9 in the morning.
Yeah.
They're living a dream.
They are living the dream.
You're taking the piss out of them.
How
Looking
dare
down
you?
your fucking nose at them.
What are you doing? Oh, you got to get up, get dressed and go to work. Oh, I'm on the tube.
Oh, grafting. Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile, this guy, 50 grams of baccy and a pint.
Yeah, love it.
Loving life.
Sitting there, pissing himself without a care in the world.
Yeah, that's
fucking snot and skid marks. Oh,
on him.
he couldn't give a monkey's.
Doesn't need a
You're
cold
there
shower. Piss
next
himself.
to with bloody Fiona in accounts, bottling the shit out of you, telling you about her varicose vein. Fuck that.
Or tell you what, gets to me
Go on.
is when you see it a lot in London. It's that I'm going to go to the coffee shop and I'm going to do my work, and they sit there with a laptop. I saw one guy in the pub yesterday where I did a gig. He was there, busy pub. He's like this with a laptop, headset on. What are you doing, mate? What are you doing? Just do it at home.
No need at all. It's like sort of virtue signalling, isn't it? As to say, look, everyone, I'm working.
Yeah,
I've got a laptop.
Yeah, and what are you doing?
I'm cool.
It's like when you see everyone
just
on their
sitting
phones.
there.
What are they doing? We've all got
phones?
phones. We all know that there's not constant stream of stuff.
I've never really looked at someone on the phone and thought, what you're doing. I don't know, maybe.
Well, I do. Because I just think, well, you just scroll. Because I'll look at people on the tube and they're looking at their phones. And I look over and they're on TikTok. They're on Instagram. And I think, well, you're not busy, are you? Don't try and look like you're busy.
How dare they?
I don't know if I've said this before, but I heard someone say, a way to look busy is to do this.
What, in acting? Is this an acting lesson?
No, in daily life. So say you're sat there not doing much. If you don't want to seem, a lot women do this a lot.
No.
They look busy, so they're not like, I'm not just walking around aimlessly.
Oh, by the way,
you look busy.
If you've got the Patreon and you're watching this on video,
sorry.
you're loving it.
Yeah, yeah.
For the audio listeners, I mean, get on the Patreon,
So
number one.
for the audio listeners, I'm scrumping up my face.
We're gonna get. Hold on, let me finish. But we're gonna look after this one occasion. We really need to get on the Patreon so you can watch the video ones. But we'll explain this time.
Yeah, sorry. So
geezers.
I'm scrunching up my face. I'm huffing and puffing.
You're looking busy.
Yeah, I like how I still did the action there when I'm trying to do it for the. I'm just going, look, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Not very good with that.
Nah, that's good.
Get on the Patreon. Watch the video. Come on.
That was yeah, but
Wetherspoons.
no, you're saying about the phones.
Oh yeah.
I've never really. I'll give you the laptop one in public. It's a bit like, oh, look at me. You know, it's like a public display of affection. You know, like couples who snog.
Oh yeah.
Sitting in.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, if they're in love, good luck to them. What the fuck are we talking about, Ben?
No. I think you're onto something there because I used to work in a pub that was right next to a Premier Inn. Right, it was the pub Premier Inn right next to the motorway.
Recipe for disaster.
Exactly, and the public displays of affection. It's all right if it's a younger couple. I get it. I get that. You get that. But if it's an older couple,
gone downhill a bit.
It shows.
Is it an age thing or a 7 out of 10s and above? It's all right.
No one's allowed apart from if you're young. 7 out of 10.
Young.
Yeah, if you're.
Oh,
actually,
is
yeah,
it
you
an
don't
age
see
thing? Is it an
ugly
age
people.
thing,
No,
or is it like a looks thing? No one.
I don't mind them doing it. I'm just saying with the age thing. If you see an older couple and they're all over each other, they're usually having an affair. That's.
Yeah, fair comment.
Because
Maybe.
I saw loads of them. They used to come in the pub, they'd meet up, and then suddenly they go off to the Premier Inn, and you go, "Oh no, what's going on here?"
That's awful. That's depressing, isn't it?
Well,
it is.
It is depressing.
But I like if I see people who've been together a long time and they're all in love or old people. I really like that. That warms my heart.
They're not snogging though; they're just holding hands.
Yeah, whatever.
Give
like,
a little
just
touch.
A bit of love, like older. I love that.
Yeah, I do. I love that. It's nice. You don't get that so much anymore, I don't think. Well, maybe you won't in the next generation.
I think as you get older, maybe the love gets better because you learn.
Yeah,
and you grow,
and you love the person. You're not in love with the looks so much.
Well, you might be lucky enough to get the full package.
Well, yeah. But as you get older, and you've been living together, and they've seen you, oh my arse is hurting today, and you have to live with all that sort of thing. Oh God,
my arse is hurting.
I think it's farts for me. I always think I fart quite a bit,
right?
And I always think if I'm at home, I think, oh well, I'm at home, I can fart if I want. But my fiance, she's not a fan of the old farting.
Not a fan of you farting?
No.
Bloody hell.
And every time I do it, and I think to myself, oh God, I can see it in her eyes, losing a little bit. Like,
yeah.
Do I really want to be putting up with this?
The old, like what do you call it? Like the egg timer.
Yeah.
The egg timer gradually dripping. That's the love for Ben.
Exactly though. Yeah, but
there's a lot of truth in that, I would imagine.
I worry about stuff like that because obviously, you've had relationships, I've had relationships. Sometimes it just goes like that. They wake up in the morning, they go, I don't love him. So you think, what is that?
This is so depressing.
Oh, no, I'm not trying to be depressed. I'm just trying to say, little things like farting can sometimes, snoring is another thing.
Really?
I wake up in the morning, sometimes she's on the sofa. I go, what are you on the sofa for? You were snoring all night.
And she come onto the sofa?
What can I do about snoring?
I like the way couldn't she just boot you or wake
you
up?
Well, no, exactly. I've said to her, I said, next time I snore, wake me up and I'll...
very nice.
I'll
bloody
sofa.
move.
Yeah, exactly, but no.
Oh, wow.
I woke up the other
day. Very
day.
Sweet of her.
Yeah, it is nice of her.
Bit weak though.
It is,
honest.
yeah.
No offense.
I reckon after a few years, she'll be like, "Shut the fuck up! Get out on the sofa." But
I don't want to get too much into my personal life. But if there's someone, I know someone, and if I was doing, I reckon they'd fucking boot me out of the bed.
But how can you help snoring?
I know you can't, but I know. It wouldn't. I would find stuff like that quite sweet, actually.
Yeah.
I think. I say that now, but then I suppose if you experience it and it's fucking keep you awake all the time, you might soon change. But it's quite.
Well,
I find it quite funny if you're with someone and they do little things that sort of expose them a bit, the human.
Yeah, exactly.
Things,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a little, vulnerable, like snoring or.
Well, speaking
I don't know, women farting's a massive turn off.
Well, you say that, right? It is a turn off.
I know it's really sexy. I suppose it's the same boat, but I don't want anyone to fart. Because it's true what they're saying. You only like the smell of your own farts.
Oh yeah, you do. Yeah, I love the smell.
You can smell your own all day long. Anyone else is like, oh, you fucking hell.
Yeah, I know. But when it's your own.
I'll tell you another one. I've always wanted to get this out of my system, and I'm glad we're in there. If you ever do that, you walk into a public toilet, right?
Yeah.
And someone's had a shit and it smells. You go, oh, some dirty cunt had a shit.
Yeah.
And then I think, well, it is a toilet, to be fair. You're like, oh, you dirty bastard. What dirty bastard had a shit in the toilet?
Well, when I always sit in a cubicle and to have a shit, as you do. And there's always, I'd say 9 times out of 10, there's someone next to me in a cubicle and they're farting and they always go, and they're like, oh God.
I don't.
But I
don't do that in public toilets.
It's like older men when they go to urinals, they go, oh, like it's such an effort, and I think, oh God, that's gonna be me one day.
I would recommend try and go to the toilet indoors.
Yeah.
Rather than sitting in public toilets.
You say that. I went for a stage of shitting in the woods
Ben the Bear Adams.
Well, I used to go. I went. It's happened when I went camping on my own for a wedding.
Hang on, whoa. Just back up. So you got invited to a wedding.
Yeah.
So you went camping on your own.
Well, it was in the middle of nowhere, and I was like, well, there's no hotels nearby. I mean, maybe there was B&Bs and stuff, but I just thought I'd always wanted to go camping.
Right.
And I thought, right, now's the perfect time. I've got a bit of money. I'm going to buy a load of camping gear, and I'm going to go. And I thought it'll be lovely.
Oh, fair play to you.
No, it was great. I loved it.
Do you enjoy it?
I absolutely loved it.
It's good to do stuff like that on your own, isn't it?
Yeah.
I went to like Naples on my own last year for 5 days. It was a last minute thing. I had some like holidays days like to use up and that, and I just went off. And about like a week later, and I was gone to Naples on my own. It was not particularly a touristy place where I went as well. It was really rough. But I went on my own for it was quite the adventure. It was dodgy in parts.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember you saying at the time.
But yeah, go on. You're saying about the camping.
Oh no, I'm just saying that. I went to a wedding, I went camping, and I remember I was absolutely wasted at this wedding. I was so drunk, and because it was in the middle of nowhere,
you're like, oh, better get back to me tent.
Yeah. Well, everyone was so impressed. They were like, oh, Ben's staying in a tent.
Yeah, well,
Ben's staying in a tent. And but what I didn't factor in, what I didn't factor in was it's pitch black in the country. Pitch black. I was absolutely.
Where did you put the tent? Where was it?
In a little camping site. I belong to the Caravan and Camping Club.
Today's sponsor. The Caravan.
Oh, please do. No, but it was lovely. And
if you do want to register with a Caravan and Camping Club. I can't talk.
Caravan and Camping Club.
I've said this before. The Caravan and Camping Club. Please use the I can't remember the words.
The code. Please use the code.
We're not racist and we love games.
And we love camping.
Yes. For free tent pegs.
But I was trying to walk home in the pitch black, and I was absolutely pissed. And suddenly I was thinking,
I suppose you could remember where it was either.
I had no idea.
I had no idea.
And it was pitch black. I was thinking, what am I going to do? But luckily, not quite interesting.
Why do they call it pitch black? Because football pitches are green, isn't they? If anything.
Well, yeah, but you can pitch a tent.
I know, but it was pitch black.
It was pitch black. Yeah.
It's not really pitches ain't black.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they call it pitch black.
Anyone? Any language expert?
Yeah, please tell us.
Why
pitch? Pitch perfect. I get that.
Why is that?
Well, because it's like, she was pitch perfect. Like, if she's singing or something, must have come from there.
Maybe it's a light pitch.
Is that a thing?
I don't know.
Oh, there you go.
Wouldn't be the sound, would it?
No. Well, no.
Talk about it looks pitch. Anyway, it doesn't. Quality content here. Quality content. The famous Hall of Fame and the award for the best podcast episode goes to the We're Not Racist and We Love Gays for their pitch segment.
Yeah, but pooing in the woods. That's what I did.
Yes.
So I was on a massive walk, and I thought, right, it happens.
Drunken walk?
No. It was a nice early morning. Wake up in my tent, go off,
fresh,
feeling
fresh.
Yeah. And I went for a nice walk, and then I thought, right, it's happening. And there was no one around at all. And I thought, well, I'm gonna have a little poo in the forest. Best poo I've ever had.
In a bush?
It was in the woods. So
How did you do it?
Squatted down.
Yeah.
Like a Japanese or Chinese man or woman.
Can't squat.
They do this on the toilet. If you can see on the podcast, on the Patreon, I'm putting my knees up to my chest, and that's how they do it.
Hang on. Yeah, but you're not on a chair, are you?
No,
so your feet are on the floor.
But I'm just saying that's how I think Asian people do it.
I know.
On the toilet.
So how did you do it in the forest?
So I did it like that, sort of squatting.
Hang on. Let that one go. Let's just back up. Asian people on Chinese, Japanese type. You reckon when they sit in the toilet, they put their feet on the toilet seat?
Yeah, some of them, yeah.
Where'd you get this from?
I've just seen it.
Where?
No. Right, if there are any Asian people listening, which we hope you'll be on.
Cool series.
We're
very big in Korea, apparently.
Yeah. That's apparently what they do.
Well, yeah, if anyone can back us up on this,
please do. But that's what I did.
Any clips you can send? Video. We need video evidence.
Send in your pictures of you squatting on the toilet. But that's what I did, and honestly, because apparently it's more natural.
Yeah, all right. So let me get this straight. So you're in the forest, yeah?
Yeah.
Your feet are on the floor.
Yeah.
Have you gone behind a tree? I bet you done it near a tree, didn't you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why though? I know.
I just needed it.
I
And I
know,
was in
why
the middle
buy a
of nowhere.
tree?
I don't know,
You would
actually, yeah.
It's funny how you go to a tree. It's like an instinct. It's like
Yeah,
animal instinct. Like
yeah.
dogs piss up trees.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have. I just sort of guard you a bit, I suppose.
Yeah,
There's a bit of,
exactly,
like
yeah, you
you
just
get a
think-
bit of guarding. So you're standing. So your feet are on the floor. You squatted down.
Yeah.
Your arse is not on the floor.
No.
So you've done a squat basically.
Yeah.
You strides around your ankles. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you just pull
Let
your
go,
feet
yeah.
apart, or...
No.
Just
Just like. Well, that was the problem. Was the wiping.
Right, I was going to get to that. Did you have any toilet roll?
No, I had no toilet roll.
Did you wipe?
I did with a leaf.
A
but
leaf.
This comes. My next point is it was such a good hit.
Yeah.
It was clean. It was.
Clean
It
cut.
was just. I mean, honestly, I cannot recommend it enough. If you're in the woods, have a crap, because not only is it good for you, it's also good for the ecosystem.
I want to know.
You get the flies on there, then you get the insects, and then you get the things that
Yeah, we
eat
get
the insects.
compost. We get that. Right. What I'm
just
saying is,
saying,
do
it's
you?
good.
That's great. Yeah. Well, fucking old Greta Thunberg over
Chris Packham,
here. Yes.
autistic Chris Packham.
Okay. Anyway, but so you think because you was in the forest, that made that poo better?
I think it was the position I was in. I
So,
think,
right.
yeah, I think because it was more natural, and I suppose the air and everything. Yeah,
Why don't you do that indoors now? Put a bit of paper on the floor and just
yeah, I could do it, I suppose.
squat.
Yeah, but then it wouldn't be nice, would it? It'd smell and.
Yeah.
Nah,
Alright,
not so
maybe
good.
not. Maybe. So maybe one of our listeners wants to try that.
Yeah,
Feel free and let us know the results.
I reckon a lot of people would agree with me.
No, I'm not disagreeing
No,
with
no,
you.
no,
I'm just probing, you know,
Yeah,
see
no.
what went on.
Well, it was good. It was good.
Oh, I'm not pleased to you. That's really nice.
But yeah, speaking of, actually, we've got, where is it? Someone actually asked us a question on our Patreon. Questions. It's more of a suggestion of what to talk about, really. Suggestions. He's put. I've always.
Who is it? What's the name?
His name's Tugger.
Tugger.
One
Patreon.
One of our patrons, old Tugger.
Go on, Tugger.
I've always been fascinated about toilet etiquette, unwritten urinal rules, do's and don'ts, stand up or sit down and wipe. But this is the bit that made me laugh. I've only been sitting a few years. I kind of always stood up and pushed my bum out.
Oh my God.
So he didn't want to touch the toilet. But when you're in a public
He
toilet,
doesn't say that.
no, but he's saying he stood up and he pushes his bum out so he hovers over the toilet.
What is this episode?
I don't know.
Where
I
is
don't
this?
know. But it's
The poo
everyone can-
episode.
Everyone can relate.
Jesus.
But
Sorry.
do you sit down
Sorry.
on a public toilet?
I'm sorry.
Do you sit down on a public toilet?
If I go to the toilet, I'll sit down. I see what you're saying. In one of them, you're a bit. You get the tissue out. Oh God, you've dragged me into this.
Well,
I'm like, oh, what's his name? Al Pacino. Just when I thought I was out, he pulled me back in. Right, yeah. In a public toilet, you don't really want to touch it. All right, let's just get this done.
I'll
and
put
out of the way.
paper on the seat.
Yeah, or you might. I think what a lot of them do. This is where you have problems with public toilets because no one wants to do it. And you see footmarks sometimes. They stand up and then drop it from a height. I think that's why you see the footprints. You ever see footprints on the toilet?
yeah.
People don't want to get there, and so they're standing up, and that's where how's shit getting everywhere? I think that's what
Because
happens.
they stand up on the toilet.
I think women might have that as well. I don't know. I've just
I can't imagine
vaguely
women
remember.
pooing
I
in
don't know
a-
where I read these things, but I know about when you sometimes you go and you see footmarks. Have you ever seen footprints on?
Yeah.
That's why they stand
Well, yeah,
up.
you said that. I'm like, oh,
Very
yeah.
selfish, and then obviously they're coming from a greater distance, and it could like go off course a bit.
Yeah, I just think that's weird. I think just sit down.
I wouldn't like that either. I'll tell you why I wouldn't like that either, because if it splashes back up at you, you have a bit of,
Yeah.
God, well, anyway, I'm so sorry.
What? This is gold.
It's
This is what they
disgusting.
want.
Some of them,
Some of them are going more.
niche podcast. A
Look,
target audience
we'll
is
get off.
scat lovers.
We'll get off. Scat.
We're trying to corner the scat market. The podcast scat market. If you, by the way, to any new listeners, if you look us up on the Apple podcast, what is it? Apple. It is Apple podcast.
Yeah, Apple Podcasts.
Apple Scat Cackers.
Scat cackers.
Number one in the Scat podcast charts this week. Sorry, yeah.
No, yeah, but that's it's toilet etiquette. Everyone's got to deal with it. Everyone's got to go for it. And,
all right, toilet etiquette's simple. Like with a lot of things, like treat people as you want to be treated yourself. Not the toilet, but like leave it clean. Go in, it's clean. Leave it clean. Don't be selfish.
Yeah.
This, that, and the other.
Yeah. There we go. Okay, one more story. Just quickly, 'cause this popped into my head. I was at a gig, and the audience was about 50 people there, and just right next door was a toilet, and it was like, the toilet wasn't like a public toilet. It was like a toilet in a house. It was a sort of working men's club, or working them's club, and there was right next door to where the audience were, and I needed a poo.
Yep.
So I was desperate not to make a sound, and I had to have a very quiet, put the toilet paper down onto the water, and really make sure it caught it, because I was like, imagine that, I've got to go on in a minute, and they'll be like, he's just had a big
plop.
Yeah.
So we used to call it kids, wasn't it? He's done a plop. That's why they called it, because it plopped.
Yeah, it does.
Plop.
Anyway,
Fucking
move on. Let's move on from
quality content. What can we segue into? Comedy, yeah. So you done a gig, did you?
Yeah.
How's the comedy going? You've been very busy,
really good. Yeah, I love it. I've been working my way back through it, and yeah, it's good.
So you're building up. A little dicky bird tells me that you're taking a show to the Brighton Fringe.
I am taking a show to Brighton
What are the
Fringe.
details, Ben?
Well, you can see it's every Friday, Saturday, Sunday at the. Well, not
what
right,
dates?
let me try.
Dates.
20th, something like that.
Oh fucking hell! If people want to come and watch you,
I know. All the details.
And the Brighton
obviously, I'll
Fringe.
be posting. It's the last 2 weekends in May and the first weekend in June, and it's me and 2 other comedians. Sadly, not Lenny. But
I thought he was going to say me and 2 other comedians sadly not with us anymore.
No.
Ben a couple of.
So I'll be doing impressions
corpses.
of them. And we're doing that. We're doing 20 minutes each, and we're doing dark material. It's called, and it's called Black Sheep Comedy. The show.
Black Sheep Comedy.
Because that's what we are. The Black Sheep of comedy. Do you know what? I'll say this.
Naughty little boys of comedy.
But this is what I was going to say is, when I first started doing comedy, I was very, the black sheep. I was very like, I'm gonna.
You like dark humour?
I do like dark humour.
Let's just get out there. I've got something I want to say about this in a minute. Go on.
But since I've been doing this new stuff, not really that. I'm not looking for that offence. I'm not going for that offence. I'm not trying to shock people.
You've changed.
I have changed.
We all
I've
changed.
grown up.
Roll.
I still,
No, it's not. Not so much grown up. It's just different. You're into different things. I don't think like people. Me personally, I don't mind humour. Some people like dark humour. What's wrong with it? So what? You see, like people really all dark humour. Like you committing a crime. It's just dark humour.
I know.
That's what it is. I think this is my personal opinion. It doesn't bother me. It's dark humour. That's all it is. But you hear some of these. Normally, like you might see on social media, lower level comedians, and they're trying to virtue signal, or they got this like insecurity, so they have to impress their like-minded mates. And they go like all edgelords.
Oh no!
Really, that's so cringe.
I've been called an edgelord.
Calling
so
someone
many
an
times.
edgelord because like edgy comedy, or even like I think it's that one that we've played before, the Smartless one. I think you said there was that edgy comedy. I thought, what's wrong with that?
I know.
I think if something's got an edge to it, it's good. Yeah. Like a lot of it, there's an edge to it. Like when I went Naples, that had an edge to it, and it's quite gives some things a bit of excitement. I mean, if I'm like that, it's not. I get it. Don't get me wrong. There is some like people just go on and want to shock. I mean, there's shock humour, isn't there? But if there's some people just trying to be like naughty little boys, they got that little kid in them. And like, and there's no humour behind it or whatever. Yeah, fair enough. I'll like take the piss out. But when someone's like, if it's dark humour and it's still good comedy, there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, comedy's about surprise, isn't it? You don't want to see where a joke's going. So, with sort of dark humour and stuff, people aren't expecting it. And I do a lot of things now, and like people don't expect it. So it's
another contradiction. A lot of them, these people who say that, they love Chris Morris, because Chris Morris is like one of the cool guys, and these humour's very dark.
Just a bit, yeah. Just a tad.
Dark.
With Jam. Jam's
Jam. Look at that on YouTube.
If you've not seen
Jam, it's like a sketch show by Chris Morris.
It's very strange.
Very dark.
But it's pretty wonderful.
Quirky, surreal, dark.
Very. I mean,
Very
I'd
good.
say it's the darkest thing I've seen. We're keeping you
Yeah,
up.
sorry, no, I keep
Ugh.
yawning. I do apologise. I've been up late. I'm loving it though. Don't get me wrong. It's not boredom laugh. Yawning
No.
doesn't mean if you they say that you're bored because you're yawning. It ain't because you're tired.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean.
It's got nothing to do with
I
being.
remember when we went to the Edinburgh Festival and I'm watching people like other shows, friends and stuff. And like, because in Edinburgh, the festival, the shows are like 50 minutes long. They say now, and they do 50 minutes anyway, so there's a bit of leeway each.
Yeah.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's a long show. That's my point. And I might have been done my show or whatever. So like a lot of walking around in there, especially when you like a lot of hills and stuff. So you might sit there and you might get a bit tired. And I remember going there. I'm going to watch one show. I'll try to watch 3 shows in one day. And like you said, these people, they're watching 5, 6 shows a day. They're like nearly an hour long, right? These shows. Thinking, how did you do it? So I went in one once, and I can't remember which comedian. I probably wouldn't name him anyway, because it sounds bad, but it wasn't. I remember watching the show, sitting there like yawning away, and I'm thinking, fucking hope they don't know. So they're gonna think,
Yeah.
I'm like bored shit, and I wasn't. And I made a vow after that just to watch 1 show a day, maybe 2. If it's not me, but because you have to go up there. If you go up there, I think you have to go and watch.
You gotta go watch. Yeah.
Got a good comedy to see.
Are you going up there this year?
Not to do a show. I may pop up there.
I might pop up there.
I may pop up there,
Just to have a little look
just have
around.
a few days or so, yeah.
Speaking of people yawning in a show, last night, and it wasn't his fault.
You done a gig last night.
I did a gig
Let's
last
get
night.
the context
Sorry.
fall out there.
I did a gig last night.
Yep.
And
stand-up gig.
Stand-up gig. Sorry, it
Stand-up
wasn't a musical
comedy.
gig. Pitch perfect. And there was a guy in the front row, and yeah, bless his heart, probably not his fault, but he was so straight-faced and so like serious. I couldn't help it. It just put me off. I couldn't help it.
Did he say anything?
He said nothing. He just sat there like, if you're watching on the video, did this.
And if you're not watching on the video,
then I'm just expressionless.
yeah,
But
there you go.
and I find it so weird how you pick out people you can't, and I sometimes just can't.
Caught you, like laser. But do you know what? Some people just look like that.
Yeah, I know.
I loved it. I remember when I first started. Do you remember Janet Bettisworth?
I do.
Ollie's mum. For anyone who doesn't know, there's a comedian, Ollie Bettisworth. Bloody good comedian.
Bloody good comedian.
And his mum, Janet Bettisworth, who was a comedian as well. She's
Bloody
with
good
the greatest
comedian.
respect, she's a pensioner.
Yeah.
So I'm just painting a picture. There's no relevance to it. God bless her. And hang on, she blocked me on Facebook. No, don't think so. Doesn't matter. Anyway, but I remember one of the first times I met her, and I was an inexperienced comedian. I hadn't done a lot of gigs. I remember doing my gig and like looking at her, thinking she had a face like a fucking slapped arse, right? And I remember thinking, fucking hell, she hates me,
Yeah.
right? And hates me for emphasis with a. But no, and I remember that, and then she come up to me after. She went, "Oh, that was brilliant, really good."
You just never know, do you?
Yeah, unless she was a two-faced cat, I don't know.
Who knows?
But
Who
my
knows?
mum's got a resting bitch face. They call it.
Yeah.
My mum's got that.
RBF.
My mum's a lovely lady. I mean, you wouldn't want to mess with her, but she looks like that, and that's been said. My mum's a right laugh, and she's a nice person. Someone said that. We had a neighbour who come in once, pissed. She's like, man, and we tried to help her, and she said, "Well, oh, you called her sour-faced cow or something like that." Like really, and my mum like fucking slung her out or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember what happened, but yeah. But point being, some people look like never judge a book by its cover.
No.
That's the moral of this story.
Well, that was another thing. Like you see audience when you're sitting there and you're waiting to go on. You're looking around. You're going, "I don't think they're going to like me. I don't think they're going to like me."
You're speaking for yourself here.
I
don't think that.
No. But it goes through my head. But then I'm always surprised. I'm always like, "Oh, they did like me. Oh. It's always yeah."
Do you know? You got to learn from that.
I did.
Because audiences, this is. I feel like we're always doing a little 101 for new comedians, but what you.
Well, no, it's for people.
People would get this because they will relate to this definitely. Because if an audience will always, 99.9% of the audience, unless they're a little bit twisted, is going to want the comedian to do well.
Yeah,
they're going to want, but they obviously go on and you get these voices in your head. And do you know one of the best bits of advice I've ever heard in my life for anything? I'm pretty sure it was Logan Murray who said it. So when I first started, I would like get shakes and not so much now, but like and I was nerves. And he goes it was in his book. I think I see it. He might have I know him in person, lovely fella. Anyway, He's got a book, How to Be a Great Comedian. One of the best books I've read on comedy, comedy writing, comedy performance, by the way. We'll put that out there. Sorry, I'll get him going around the house here. But the best bit of advice he said, it's not nerves, it's adrenaline. And adrenaline is your friend.
Yeah.
So I'll go on, even, not so much now lately. I mean, I meditate a lot. I think that calmed it down. But I would go, mind you, no, there's a bit of an atmosphere. I'll go on and my adrenaline's going. Because I'm excited, not because I'm nervous. I'm just like, I'm going to go on and do a performance. You know, if you're going on stage in front of, sometimes, I'm thinking of a gig I've done at Backyard Comedy Club. I think there's about 300 people there. So there's a red hot atmosphere, real rowdy crowd. It's that crazy Ginger Cabbies gig, which is a really good gig.
Johns.
And I remember, and I went on first, and my adrenaline, and my hands were shaking. I remember noticing it when I thought, I hope people don't think I'm nervous. Like and someone said to me, was you nervous on stage? I remember my mate, he went, was you nervous? I said, no. He goes, oh, your hand was shaking. Like fucking Michael J. Fox. But, well, no, what was my point? But yeah, adrenaline, I don't know.
Your friend. No, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get that. I used to, like I was saying on a previous episode about even the biggest people get the sort of nerves, and you do, and like you say, it's best to just think of it. No, I'm excited. I can't wait to get up there.
Yeah, attitude. So yeah, the audience want you to do well. You have to look, and you can't look at them and think, oh, they won't like. You do. I used to think older people wouldn't like me, but older people love the dark stuff.
Yeah.
Love the dark stuff.
Well, you never know what.
And these are generalisations. Obviously, I'm generalising. Do you know what's the best reaction you've ever had from an audience? I've got a great one.
What, as in, just loads of applause, really?
Well,
not anything.
I've got one. I've done a gig, right? It was a black crowd majority, and them gigs.
A crowd of colour.
No. All right, there's black people in the crowd. The point being, they're the best, and I'm generalising, but it's, anyway, they're probably the best audience. When they laugh, they fucking go for it. They go. I've never had this. This is the best reaction I've done this joke, and this geezer got on stage and shook my hand. My hand. He went, that was a good one. and I'll never forget that. And that was brilliant. It was like, yeah, fucking fair play to you.
Saying that, actually.
And I've just thought of something. This shows the level of respect he had.
Yeah.
To do it. He actually shook my hand. He didn't like fist bump me or do any fucking.
Nice. He actually shook your hand. That's
done
nice.
the white man's version.
Oh.
If you know what I mean. I'm joking about. He come up like. It's like, and I'll never forget that. And it was just like, nice. Yeah, man.
I went for a fist bump once with a drug dealer, and he went to shake my hand, and I felt like a right idiot.
Did not stub his fingers.
He was going for a handshake, and I was like, oh, fist bump. But no,
fist bumps since COVID though. Fist bumps are really.
Oh God, do you remember that, the old elbow? Yeah. Oh come on! Oh, can we touch elbows? And used to meet up with people, and they go, "Oh, sorry, we're not doing hugs today." Oh, piss off!
Do you know what I used to do? I was a bouncer, and a lot of geezers do this. More so, non-white people, some white people, but it's more of a multicultural thing. What they do, like bouncers do it. 1,000,000% used to do it. They sort of do the handshake as if you're doing an arm wrestle. Yeah, you know that one. Let's do it.
Right.
That one, right, for the video. And then you pull into each other.
Yeah.
So you sort of barge.
Ooh, what's that?
That was it. Yeah, I don't know if you do the pat on the back, but
okay.
No, you sort of do an handshake.
Oh,
right, and then come in, look, let's do it for the Patreon, for the. I won't hold you though. Just do it. Yeah, right, Ben. Yeah. And you go. That one. So what I was doing for the vision, but this is the last one you're getting audio, and then you're gonna have to get on the Patreon. So we're doing like the hand. As if we're doing arm wrestling, and then you sort of pull in and sort of bump shoulders sort of thing. Sorry,
I find all that so awkward though. I can't. Every time if I shake a man's hand, normally they're giving it like they crush my hand as if to say like I'm the bigger man, or it's limp.
No, the worst one's a limp handshake. You want a firm handshake. You don't want if they're trying to squeeze your hand, that's muggy because they're trying to get dominance on you. They're being sneaky. That's muggy. You want a firm handshake, a good firm East End handshake, or which sort of carries over to other places. But I remember people used to say a good old firm East End handshake. So I've come from like an East End family. That's why. But you don't. If you shake a geezer's hand and it's sloppy, it's like a wet fish. Might be a bit sweaty, and it's like a weak handshake. He's not a man. Ladies, if you meet a guy like that and he does that,
but
big red flag.
But shaking, so I'll shake a woman's hand, right? Because I don't like do it. I never know what to do. It's like some women they lean in for like the cheek kiss.
The air kiss.
Oh, I don't.
Air
I
kiss.
hate that. Usually, I just sort of touch cheeks. I don't really know what I'm doing.
Yeah, no one's kissing when they do that,
No?
are they?
I don't know. I
I
think,
think with a kiss on the cheek, they're not. I don't think anyone's really kissing.
I've
It's
met
sort
a
of
lot of-
touching cheeks.
I've met a lot of actory types that
You might,
kiss
I'll
both
tell you what they do.
cheeks.
No, but no, you do. It is technically it's called a kiss on the cheek. But when you do it, you sort of like touch cheeks or
okay.
get and just kiss.
Oh, I've been
the
doing
air.
it right then.
Not
been
something
doing
I've
it
really
right.
thought about. I'm just thinking
No.
about it now. But when you think about
I'm
it,
glad you said that because I always touch cheeks and I think I'm doing it wrong. I'm supposed to kiss them.
I do. Or I always. I remember a mate of mine. It made me laugh when I was younger. We used like all meet would like when we'd see each other. We'd look like a few of us. We're in a group,
Yeah.
shake hands, and he come up. He go mafia. No, you do a little kiss on the cheek's a joke, which you wouldn't do. Two geezers wouldn't do a kiss on the cheek. I mean, they might do it ironically,
Yeah.
but back then it was sort of a tough masculine sort of crowd. We wouldn't do that. A kiss on the cheek. Anyway, so he done that, and he went mafia and kissed me on the other cheek. You know, when you say that mafia, it tickled me. It sort of, and we all kept it going.
I was looking after a girl's ferret once, right? I was looking after dogs. I was looking after animals.
Looking after
And
a
I went
girl's
round her house
ferret.
and I looked after her ferrets, right? Stunk. Her place absolutely.
It's not a euphemism.
No. Oh, yeah, no. Honestly, I've never seen such a messier girl. But anyway, she was nice enough, and I went round there, stayed in her
Let's
flat.
hope she ain't listening, eh?
She won't be listening. She wouldn't be able to find her phone with all that bloody mess. But so I did this one time, and then another time, a few months later, she messaged me and said, "Oh, do you fancy looking after the ferrets again?" I said, "Yeah."
And they got names.
I can't remember
Does
what
she
they
like
were called.
Call them like Bingo and
Bingo and Jeff.
yeah. Do you
Bingo
wanna
and
look up
Jeff. Yeah, do
the
you want to look after
ferrets?
Bingo and
Don't-
Jeff?
If don't stand like someone who loves them. If she calls them the
Nah,
ferrets,
it was a bit. Well, the worst thing was, she said to me, she went, "Whatever you do, don't put them together. You have to take them out of the cage
Do they
one
fight?
by one
Do they
because
fight?
they fight." But I tell you what, right, and this little secret, everyone,
Of course, I'm not going to do that.
I took them out straight away, and I watched them, and I thought, "What's going to happen?" And then I put them, and then I realised why you shouldn't put them together. They went
ferocious.
mental. I was running around trying to get them apart. I was like, "Oh my
Oh my
god!" And her place was
happened?
so messy. They disappear. Ferrets get everywhere. They disappear. But anyway,
Up your leg.
yeah, everywhere in your
That's a
shoe.
famous. If you said one ferret characteristic, what do you think of when you think of it running up the leg?
Running up a
Straight
leg,
away.
yeah.
I feel the urge to like tighten the bottom of the stripes.
I feel like Bingo's run up there.
Bingo and Jeff.
But so anyway, so she texted me again. "Oh, do you want to look after the Bingo and Jeff?" And I said, yeah, sure. Anyway, I met up with her and I saw her, and I immediately, because I don't know, I was like, I know her now. Like, I've met her and we've gotten on. So I went straight for a hug.
Is she
I
a
went,
girlfriend?
No, not a
just a
girlfriend
friend,
at all.
yeah.
No, she wasn't even a friend. This
Oh,
is why it was
How'd you
awkward.
know her?
She messaged me on an app to look after animals.
What, you want to looking after animals app?
Yeah, I was walking dogs, and then this one thing. Anyway.
Oh wow! Did you get paid?
Yeah, of course I did. Yeah.
Walk my dog for money.
Yeah.
That's a good app.
It's
I'm
good
not
app.
looking
Yeah,
at that.
Paw Shake. This sponsored by Paw Shake with the if you join up now with the code We're Not Racist and We Love Dogs, you can
Animals?
get
No.
animals.
Oh, if you want to
Well, it's
fraud in
mainly dogs, but yeah, this girl messaged me on there about her
Anyway, sorry.
and she was like, "Have you had any experience with ferrets?" Oh yeah.
Am I?
Have I? And anyway, I went up to her and I gave her a hug because we'd met up. She had to give me her keys, and I gave her a hug. And
You the first time you ever met her?
this is the second time I ever met her. And she, as I was hugging her, she went, "All right, I've only met you once."
Oh,
I just
brutal.
and it still.
but I love it. I respect that.
I still think about it now. Like I just think,
what was you thinking?
I don't know. I just thought I'm being friendly. I'm socially awkward, guys. I've got anxiety, but yeah, I don't know. I didn't mean anything by it, but she got all weird. But that's what I'm saying about the handshakes thing. I never quite know what to do. Like, yeah, a fist bump to the drug dealer. Oh God. Tried to get in the wrong car once. I thought he was a drug dealer, and it wasn't. It was very dark, so I was opening this door, and then I look up, and there's a woman in there screaming.
Oh my god!
She thought I was trying to rob her. But yeah, handshakes.
Give us the gear, love.
Handshakes.
Give me the gear.
But yeah, I was. There was something I was going to say.
What's the matter, Derek? You right, mate? He looks upset, and he's got a bit of paper. Put it on there.
Come on, just
Put
come.
it. Let me.
All right.
Sorry, lads. Feeling a bit upset. My auntie passed away.
Oh,
Sorry
bless.
to hear that, mate. What happened? Write down. Sorry. You all right?
He's like, oh no.
ADHD. Oh, my.
ADHD.
She died of ADHD, mate. Fucking another one. They're dropping like flies, aren't they?
I'll tell you what, ever since, like, you know, I've been looking into this a lot about the effects of ADHD, how it can affect
Sorry,
you.
Del. Do you mind us talking about it?
He's all right.
Thumbs
he's all
up.
right.
Thank you, mate.
Oh, he's smiling. He's saying, if anything,
It's good.
It's good to talk about.
Let's raise
Because
awareness.
your auntie never talks about it, did you?
He's saying let's raise awareness with his eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Thank you, Derek. We appreciate that.
So, cheers, Derek.
We'll do your auntie proud.
But I have been looking into it.
What's her name?
Finger. No,
Think-
I'm not.
Miranda.
Oh, he was pointing at it.
Miranda.
Miranda.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, Miranda. Oh God. R.I.P. Auntie Miranda.
But
Yeah, good.
the thing with ADHD is I have been looking into it and the effects that it doesn't, because it doesn't just affect the person with the ADHD, it affects everyone else around them.
On their social media.
The amount of people like you, but people reading their social media, but also I read a thing. It was a mother, and she was talking about a son that had ADHD and sadly passed away because he didn't eat because he was too busy switching from one activity to another.
Is it genuine?
Yeah, this is genuine.
Fucking hell, Ben. What are you doing then?
Of course it's not genuine. I'm just going
Oh,
with
sorry. Oh. Yeah, go on. Fucking hell, that was really.
it. Oh, but
Yeah.
and you know he's going from one activity to
That's
another.
awful.
And
Poor little sod.
but she said that because she was cleaning up after him so many times a day, she suddenly felt to herself like she might have ADHD.
Well, she's probably caught it off
She
him.
probably caught it.
I don't suppose those wearing masks.
It is contagious, isn't it, Derek? Yeah.
Of course it is.
Yeah. You haven't got it though. No, he's fine. He's
Fucking
focused.
don't start
He's
brulaying here,
focused.
mate.
I don't want no ADHD. It's a killer. But how many people, Derek? How many people now?
So that makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, if you're going in a public toilet, cover the toilet seat.
Yeah,
you don't
yeah,
get ADHD on your ass.
Oh my, yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that's.
Well, you don't want to catch that because as soon as you scratch your ass, oh
no,
god,
it's on your ass. You got arse ADHD.
ADHD. Attention arse deficit hyperactive disorder. Quickly though, I need to say this because we have got some patrons, right? Everyone has been so supportive and
generous.
lovely, and
Thank
honestly,
you.
we appreciate it so much. And if you're watching now on the video, obviously, if you're listening, you know you're not part of this. Maybe get on the Patreon. It is cheaper than chips. One
Right.
guy actually, he signed up to our Patreon. He was paying £1 a month, right?
Oh.
And he cancelled and said, "I got the episode early, right? So I don't need it anymore." No, you get it every week. You get it every week early for just for a pound.
Cancelled
a
a pound.
and you get a video podcast.
Who
for
is this?
£5.
Who is this person?
Oh, I don't know. But speaking of patrons, we need to give a shout out to all our wonderful £10 a month patrons. Well, they are part of the family.
They get a good shout.
They get a good
This is
shout
part
out.
of
They're
money,
part of the
bro.
family.
Famous. Fame.
We want to give a shout out to Jack Gadsden.
Jack Gadsden.
Oh, what a legend.
Jackie G.
Jackie G. We've also got Philip
No.
G.
Phil G. He's got-
Sam Jordan.
slow down.
Slow down, sorry. Philip G.
We've also got Dimonza.
Andy.
Oh, is it? Oh, is this their email
His name's Demonza.
on the thing?
Andy Demonza.
Oh, right.
But hello, guys. Thank you so much for
Hang on,
supporting.
I think that's a nickname.
What, Demonza?
Yeah, 'cause his name's like Andy Hall.
Why do they call him Demonza?
I don't know. We'll have to. Dimonza, let us know where you got
Andy,
your name
why
from.
are you called Demonza?
Let's
We've also
have a bit- it sounds like a good, like it'd be a good drink, or like you went to Spain to buy a drink.
hello.
Say,
Can
bottle of Dimonza
can I have a bottle of Demonza? I don't know why I'm doing that accent.
in Spain.
In
You're,
Spain.
you're a Caribbean
Hang on,
bloke
what's
in
Spanish? Hello. Can I have a bottle of
Spain.
Demonza?
No, but you'll be English, wouldn't you?
Oh,
Visiting on the
excuse
road.
me. Can I
No,
get?
don't do the working class
sorry.
one. Be posh.
Excuse me. You be Spanish.
Si. Si, senor.
Excuse me, senor.
Si, senor.
Par favor. Could I have a Demonza, please?
Si, gracias.
Oh, gracias.
Qua-
Gracias.
Gracias. Quattro sonche.
Thank you very much.
€5.
Yeah.
Pay.
All right.
Gracias.
Gracias, amigo. Mike Carr.
My car.
Mike.
My car.
My car.
Has he done us?
Has he done us there? Mike, anyway, thank you to Mike Carr. Great stuff. Thanks for the support.
Love ya.
Hoodie.
Hoodie.
I think he's called Mike.
Mike Sheeran.
Another Mike.
Sheeran.
Mike Sheeran, the Shiro. Then, of course, we've got Tugger.
Tugger. And we've got, let me do one, Cycling Dino. Go on, listen.
Go on, Dino.
I wonder why they call him that.
I don't know. Maybe his name's Dino and he cycles.
Yeah.
He's got a picture, actually.
Is it a bike?
It's not of a bike, though.
No.
James Anderson.
He's in a wheelchair. It's an ironic name.
Cycling Dino, if you are in a wheelchair, you know.
Good for you, mate.
Good for you,
We
mate. Still
I
cycling.
love your humour.
James Anderson.
Jimmy.
And Mango Chutney.
Mango Chutney. What over there?
Well, they've only paid £5.
Yeah. All right. This one?
And then finally, we've got our first patron who we just...
Yeah, we're saving it. She was the first.
She was the first.
She was
the first. Anissa May Fisher. Thanks so much, everyone. Honestly, we really appreciate it.
Fisher. Spelled Fischer. Little German vibe there.
Oh.
Fisher.
Anissa May.
Fisher.
Listen to this and really like that we've said
what?
Her name. Anissa May like this.
Yeah.
So there you go, guys. There you go. That was our patrons. Thank you so much.
Oh,
and,
by the way, while we're on the subject, like my surname's Sherman. If I had a daughter called Fiona, or I got married to someone called Fiona, and they call themselves Fee for short, which they do, Fiona.
Yeah, okay.
Fee Sherman. Fee Sherman.
Nice.
So yeah. Anyway, just putting that out there.
Fee Sherman.
Fee
Are
Sherman.
you seeing someone called Fee?
No.
Oh, you should. You
No.
should.
I'm good. I'm happy. I'm very happy how I am. Thank you.
All right. There we go. Right. Well, thanks very much for listening, guys. This.
Oh, I nearly broke into the song a bit.
Nearly broke into the song a little bit too early. We just want to say thanks a lot for listening.
No, obviously.
And,
come on.
We'll see you next time.
That's a given, obviously. But yeah, thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you do enjoy the show, thank you. Spread the word. We're just trying to get up and run. Do spread the word.
Do spread the word. Spread the word.
Even a little share on Facebook, Twitter, all the links. Right, nice things. Can they do ratings on the...
Yes, they can. If you want to rate this, you're listening to this now on whatever podcast app you're on. We're on Google, we're on Apple, we're on Spotify, we're on every single podcast supplier you can think of. Whatever one you are on now, just click a little review.
Right.
Give us a little review.
Right, a nice review, yeah.
Yeah, come on.
It helps us. And we'll put them out there in public. You'll see your name up in lights. We'll put them on the Instagram and socials and that.
I've got one more question that's very important.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy yourself?
Me?
Yeah.
At the time of my life.
Me too. I've
had the time of my life, and I owe it all to you. When it's spring again, I'll bring again tulips from Amsterdam.